And welcome to a brand new trading video on the channel. My name is Elite, and today I'm going to be bringing what is the best way to get through your 10 hours of early access, including how to do the EA access glitch to possibly get more than 10 hours of early access. And I do have a special guest on today's episode. That is Chris RM22. Go ahead and say hello to the viewers.
Good to be here. Good to start talking about trading FIFA 20 already. It's good that we're finally starting to just get into the thick of things here.
Yeah, because I mean, the last couple months of FIFA 19 have been rough on everybody, and that's especially FIFA content creators. So to actually put that behind us and focus on FIFA 20, which I've actually gotten to play at Gamescom already, it is, in terms of Volta gameplay, that was a lot of fun. But we're talking Ultimate Team today, and not so much gameplay, even though we will mention that later. But what we're going to do is we're going to go through every single hour of your 10 hours, and I'm going to tell you exactly what to do during those hours to maximize those 10 hours to give you the biggest head start. I've uploaded a couple starter guides that went over the calendar, some basic trading methods, which we'll, suggest in this video as well. It's not really how to do them, more so what to do in this video. But let's start it off with how to actually do the EA access glitch. So if you guys don't know, you get 10 hours early access starting on September 18th. We're not sure of the exact time on that date yet. I'm not sure if it's September 18th for New Zealand or for California, but it's September 18th. That's when early access starts. That's when the web app starts, and that's when you can start making coins in FIFA. So once you get early access on your account, you get 10 hours. How do you get more than 10 hours? It's worked in previous years, and it worked on Madden Ultimate Team or Madden in general, which dropped, I believe, 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. So it should still work in FIFA 20. If not, we'll still capitalize on those 10 hours. But what you want to do is simply go to a side account. So this is my account. I go to a side account. What you do is you buy another EA access on that account. It is $4.99. You buy the $4.99 EA access. You go ahead and keep that account on your online. You make it your home Xbox, or what is it called on PlayStation, Chris?
Primary PS4.
Make it your primary PS4, so it's home Xbox, primary PS4, doesn't matter what console. Then you switch back to your main account, log back in, or start FIFA up again. It'll say you have 10 hours remaining once again. That's how to do the EA access glitch. It's actually quite simple, does cost $5. Now the good news is you can actually refund that $4.99 from EA, because in the terms and conditions it says that you can refund it from within the first month and actually get your money back, which is a complete exploit, and I'm just don't know why EA haven't fixed that yet. Because here's the thing, I would still pay the $5 to get more hours. I'd totally be fine with that, and EA could make so much money if they just got rid of that in their terms and conditions. But hey, until they fix that, or until they change that, I'm going to take advantage of it, because obviously it's not illegal. It's perfectly legal to do so. It's not a glitch to actually refund it. The only glitch comes from when you're actually switching over to the account and getting the 10 hours on the same account over and over and over again. That's where the glitch happens. And before I get the comment down below, am I going to get banned for doing the EA access glitch? No, how are you going to get banned? That's what I want to respond with. How do you get banned? Who's banning you? Is it Xbox? Is it EA? Is it the Ultimate Team guys? It's just, if anything, it would be the Xbox, right? I think. But no, the answer is no. You're not going to get banned. I've done it in previous years. Absolutely no issues about it. The only problem that you could have with it is forgetting to cancel your subscription and getting your money back. Because if you don't, you're paying $5 on 6 different accounts. That's $30 a month if you don't forget to cancel those. Nonetheless, let's hop into the real meat of this video, and we're going to talk about the 10 different hours of what you should do during those 10 hours of EA access. So starting off, it's kind of repetitive from my last video. Welcome backpack. Open that, obviously. Catalog. Go through the catalog, get as much stuff, kits, coin bonuses, get your contracts, get everything you can out of the catalog. Ignore the, loan cards at first, but we'll get into that later. Then you want to play a Div Rivals match. Start it off you got bronze cards, I know. Play one Div Rivals match, you'll probably lose. It's all right. We need the coins. 400, 500, 600 coins at the beginning of the game. That is huge to get you off the ground. Do the starter SBCs. So it's like right here. Let's go ahead and show the viewers what I'm talking about. If you're unfamiliar with how to do SBCs, it's basically you're swapping players in return for packs or other players. So it'll be something that looks like this. It'll be Let's Get Started, and then League and Nation Basics. Those are the two ones that we normally go with, and I assume, given the fact that EA have completely neglected advanced SBCs and the basic SBCs through the entirety of FIFA 19 other than day one, they probably haven't put much work into changing them. It's probably going to be the exact same. If not, it'll be very, very similar. So you do those, you get some players in return. What are we doing with those players? We're putting them into more SBCs. We're slowly building up our club. So after you get through all of that, you're going to want to start flipping some gold cards. 350 coins, go to the market, 350 coins, list them for 500. Pretty much every card is going to sell this early in the game, as long as it's gold. The bronze cards, maybe not, but a lot of bronze cards will sell for those basic SBCs, but nonetheless, it'll be something like this. You type in 350. Now, since FIFA 19 is dead, there's a ton of them you can get for 350 coins right now. Maybe focus more so on the, Spanish players, focus more so on the English players or the French players, stuff like that, and pick those guys up because they'll have more demand for squad building challenges. Pick those guys up, list them for 500 coins. If they go for more, list them for more, obviously. And that's easy way to make 100 and 110, 120 coins per card. So that's what you do during the first hour. I'm gonna send it over to Chris because I've been talking for like 5 minutes and I haven't let him speak much in this video yet. So I'll let him take over for some of this video.
All right, so in hour number 2, after you open up your welcome backpack, you do all of that SBCs and stuff like that. You'll probably have about 10,000 coins, 15k at most, depending on what you get in the welcome backpack. What I think you guys should do next is getting yourself familiar with Flippin, going into the advanced SBCs. They're very good to trade with because these cards are in demand because the FIFA community is in a way where they do exactly what the SBC is, like the solution. So these players will just be in demand, so you can easily snipe these players, whether they're bronze, whether they're silver or gold rares. They will sell, so you can snipe those players. That, honestly, within 30 to 60 minutes, 30 to an hour, you could probably get yourself another 10, 15,000 coins just by doing that. So that's what I did for hour number 2, just trading with these solutions. If you want to know how to get into Flippin, you go to the SBC solution tab, you go to active challenges, go to advanced, and then the first 2 SBCs that people like to do that have no loyalty, you go into those solutions. You go into the ones that don't say -1. There's going to be a section that says likes. Do not go into the ones that say -1. You can even look at the ones that have 0, because what some people try to do is, if an SBC solution has a lot of likes, they might go to the 0 and see if that works as well, and put the concept squad together and then make the SBC. So you can trade with a bunch of these players. Hour 2, it's going to take you about an hour to just trade with all these different solution cards. So that would be the hour number 2 for me.
Yeah, definitely stick with these on hour number 2, given the fact that we're looking at FIFA 19 SBCs, and I got Footbin pulled up with you talking here. Given the fact that we're looking at FIFA 19, these cards they're pretty cheap still, but the demand is going to be so high for these SBCs at the beginning of the year, and the supply is going to be quite low, at least for the first day or 2. So you're going to have to work around different cards that are actually cheap. I'll be bringing you out some solutions to do this for cheap. But then again, the first day is still not going to be cheaper than doing it 20 days in or 2 months in. It's still going to be a little more expensive, but then again, the reward that you get, the 25k packs, 45k packs, those are also going to have more value in those as well. So it's kind of an even trade there. But yeah, picking up, this guy right here. If this is the biggest SBC that everybody's doing, advanced SBC, and this is the right back that is in the most liked and cheapest solution on Footbin, then this guy, Butko, is going to go from 1,000 coins, he's going to go up to 6,000 coins pretty easily. Because so many people look at these SBCs and they just blindly follow them. without thinking, oh, is this actually the cheapest solution? Or are these cards going up because everybody's doing this exact squad? That is something to consider, and that's something I consider when I make my cheapest solutions. If I say, everybody go buy this silver rare card, and there's only 14 of him on the market, then obviously that card's gonna go from 800 coins to extinct, because I'm telling everybody to go buy that card. So I'm careful with which cards that I use in those SBCs, which cards would go up, which cards wouldn't, and long term, what's staying cheap. So that's all those things you gotta consider when doing those flip-in solutions. But that is a really, really good tip from Chris. Next, we're talking about actually completing those advanced SBCs, because now we took advantage of the SBCs. We know which cards are expensive. We know which cards are flipping very easily. You know, that Butko guy, maybe if he's another solution next year, that Butko guy might, you know, go up to 6,000 coins, and then he'll be out of the flip-in solutions, and then he'll drop back down to 1K, and then he'll go back into the solutions, go back up to 5K. That fluctuation is very easy to take advantage of. Now we've worked our way up to like 20,000 coins, and we can actually do these advanced SBCs for ourselves. So obviously you want to use some players that are in your club already, and then go ahead and buy the rest of the guys for the cheapest possible. I'm going to help you guys out with that by giving you the cheapest solutions here on YouTube. If you have any questions, I'm live on Twitch all the time. Chris is live on Twitch all the time. Again, his links are down below. Twitter, just ask me, and I respond to as much as I possibly can. Get these done. Rare 5s is going to cost you less than 10,000 coins. Gives you a jumbo gold pack. Not a great pack, but it's something to get off the ground. 7 suspects gives you a jumbo premium gold pack. That's a 15k pack, right? So again, not great, but you're still making maybe 1,000 coins, 2,000 coins per SBC. Then you get into these. You get a 45k pack. You'll easily make, especially this early in the game, like 10,000, 15,000 coins, even with like an average pack. If you get something good, obviously you're in the clear. You pack a Martial on day one, even if he's only 83 or 84 rated, it's still going to be 30,000 coins profit. Easy coins. And then squad goals right here, 35k pack, complete that one as well. And then on top of that, you get another 55,000 coin pack just for completing all 4 windows for free. So all the profit just from hybrid leagues, you're easily making 20,000 coins, and that is lowballing it off of bad packs. You complete another hybrid nations, get that out of the way, another 20,000 coins, and then you can start working on League of the Nation hybrid probably in a couple hours later. But now we're up to 60,000 coins, and again, I'm lowballing it here for the people with bad pack luck. You have some decent packs in there, you could easily be up to 80, 100,000 coins. Pack something crazy, who knows how many coins you could be up to.
Yeah, so into hour 4 we go. Obviously it depends on what you pack out of the SBCs, but I would say a good reasonable number is on the low end, you probably have about 45, 40k. On the high end, you'll probably have about 75 to 90, because not every pack obviously is going to be good, unless you're really, really lucky. Obviously, it's random. Hour 4, I would say for me, there's 2 methods that I like to use last year during the early access in particular, but this is for EA access. Position change method, which essentially, if you want to learn how to position change method, it's looking at players that have a lot of different positions. So like, for example, Dele Alli is a center attacking mid in FIFA 19, but you can change him into a center forward, you can change him to a striker, a center mid, a CDM. Same thing with, like, you know, wide players, left forward, left wing, left mid. You can trade with those kind of cards where you can look at Dele Alli with a center forward, you can see how expensive he is, you can either apply the position modifier on the player to make profit that way, or you can snipe them with a center forward or with a CDM if there's a big undercut. So like, for example, if a Dele Alli is going for 7,000 or 8,000 coins on day 1, whether he be an 82 or 83, and a center forward, he's like 4 to 5k, and the center forward to a center attack in mid is, for example, it might not be like this, but 1,000 coins, you can pretty much make about 500 to 1,000 coins just by doing that every single time. So things like that I would do. Look at the center attacking mids, look at the wide players in particular. Midfielders are very good to do this with. Another thing I want to tell you guys is to snipe players that are in good nations, that are also pretty meta, for low budget in bad leagues. So for example, a really good card last year to trade with was Alessandrini. The reason why is because he got into low budget meta French teams because he was from MLS, but he was a right mid and he had 89 pace and I believe 4-star, 4-star. So he was very easy to trade with on the first couple weeks of the game. And this is definitely something you want to be doing, looking at good nations in bad leagues and trading with those kind of cards. Those cards are also good to trade with, even if they're not meta. You can put them into into SBCs for the advanced. They may get into some of the solutions. So that would be for hour 4 definitely, with a good budget that way.
Yeah, so hour 5, we'll make it quick and easy. Let's do the final advanced SBC with loyalty glitch. All right, that SBC is going to be the League and Nation hybrid, or it's going to be something very similar where you're going to need some loyalty on the tough SBC, and then I believe the final one is something like squad goals. I can't remember. I'll go ahead and check that right now. Just go ahead and get that done. To do the loyalty glitch, it's very simple. You go into a Team of the Week game, and you completely just dashboard after the game starts. All right, you need 10 games to get loyalty. That game won't count as a loss, but it will count as a game played. You do that 10 times. Might take you about 15-20 minutes to do it, but it'll be worth it because the rewards for these SBC are a 35k pack and then a 50k pack and then another, I believe it's like 12,000 coins and a kit for completing all 4 windows. So that's a little bit more time consuming, especially with the loyalty glitch, but you can get it done in less than an hour. So that's what I would do in hour 5.
Yeah, so hour 6, now obviously we're past the midway point of your 10 hours. Now we start to look at, you're going to have around 80 on the low end and maybe over 110, 120k depending on what you pull out of these packs and how much you trade as well, how efficient you are in those hours. Hour number 6, now you can start putting your coins somewhere. One of the biggest things, and I stress this so much to people, is get in as soon as you can, especially with the once to watch gold cards. What happens during once to watch is these gold cards go out of packs, and the first week or two, they're not supplied too often. So when they go out of packs, they're going to rise up in price. As the days go on, you're going to see these gold players that are anticipated to get into once to watch, their gold players will go up in price. So what you can do on the first day, if you have about 90 to 130k, you can also trade as long as you are also buying these cards. So for example, last year I put my money into Fred, right? I got 2 or 3 of him, which he cost me 14,000 coins. I ended up flipping all 3 of those for 42,000 coins a week later. So that's how efficient this could be while you're also trading doing this. Another kind of card you want to look at is SBC fodders. So the reason why SBC fodders are low on the first or second day is because there's no buying power in that market. So these cards do not go into any SBCs. They are not usable because no one is using them. They're not good enough. They don't have a good nation. So say for example, Brahimi last year on the first or second day was about 4,000 coins. Within 2 or 3 days, he goes up to 8 or 9k. So by doing this method, you are buying cards, stocking them in your club. You could use them in an investment team, of course. As you're going along, you're making coins and you're also saving coins for later on that you're going to be selling for profit. So this is just a really efficient way of trading, plus also stocking your club with cards that will guarantee to go up in price. They won't confirm all the ones to watch players, but you can kind of get an idea of who's going to be in ones to watch. I would get in on those. The first day is the best day to get on these cards. Even my player of the month investments, if you know who's the front runner, you can look at cards that 82, 83, 84 in the Prem or something like that, and get in very, very early, because once the hype starts to hit, then a lot of people are going to start putting their coins in there. You've already made profit that way because you got in earlier than anyone else did.
Yeah, and that's probably my favorite tip. Maybe my second favorite trading method. That's my favorite investment method, I'll say, of this video. Absolutely get in on those OTW investments on day 1, all right? Absolutely get in on those, because not only are you combining the fact that these cards are going to go out of packs for a week very early in the game, like literally day of the full release, you can get this card how many days before? Like 11 days before. Go ahead and pick up a Julian Brandt, right? He got transferred to Dortmund, or a Thorgan Hazard, or maybe the fact that Dortmund have a lot of transfers this year might be a little bit more of a risk because they might not use every single transfer like Nico Schultz or Mats Hummels or Thorgan Hazard or Brandt, but find those big transfers like Aaron Ramsey to Juve or De Ligt to Juve especially.
Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah, Wan-Bissaka is for sure going to be an OTW, no doubt. Get those guys that are, those base cards, because Wan-Bissaka, that card's going to be meta, like, for at least a couple months until December, right? At least 100%. Until Team of the Year. That card is bound to be meta, because his card was really good at Crystal Palace in FIFA 19, and he got a lot of upgrades, and so he's going to get a rating boost. He's going to be on Man United, and he's also English, and he's in the Premier League, obviously, and he's pacey, and he's going to have some pretty solid slide tackle stats, so that card's going to be meta. It's going to be lower rated, like 82, 83, I don't know, somewhere around there. Pick that card up for 9,000 coins on day one, and then he's in packs for a week, but he's still rising because he's meta and people are starting to be able to afford more. There's more buying power, as Chris said. Then he goes out of packs for a week, and there's no supply, but the demand is still there, and it's still rising. That card go up from 9,000 coins to like 80k. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. You could 800% profit. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. That happens every year on certain cards for OTW. So get in on those as soon as possible. For hour 8 and 9, all right, we're getting towards the end of our 10 hours, and you can keep track of this by logging out and logging in. It'll tell you exactly how long you have left on your 10 hours. We're on hour 8 and 9. And something to remember is, or actually we're on hour 7, 8, and 9. We haven't done hour 7 yet. For the first hour of that, build your starter squad. Go ahead and pick up some of those meta cards. Your starter squad can be built around your OTW investments. Get your Wan-Bissaka, get your Julian Brandt, get your De Ligt, okay? Put those guys on a team and build a okay 50k squad. Just build an okay 50,000 coin squad. That team can literally be an investment. That team is, one, you're going to be able to play with that team. Two, they're going to rise in price while you're playing with that team. So you're earning match coins, and you're earning coins off of profit from them rising. And you're working on your squad battles and Div Rival rewards. And there's not going to be that many people playing Div Rivals on that first week. I mean, we're not 100% guaranteed to have Div Rival rewards at 3 a.m. Eastern or 8 a.m. UK time on that Thursday. But early access comes out on that Wednesday at some point. If you grind out for, 2 or 3 hours on Div Rivals, you can probably get up to rank 2. It's an extra 20,000 coins or something to start off with. That 20k can be big, and on top of that, it's more than 20k because you're making coins off of your team as well. So squad battles, Div Rivals. The squad battle rewards will be the Sunday most likely. Div Rival rewards will literally be the next day. That's some extra coins. That's some extra packs. Very, very valuable this early on in FIFA. So after you've done that, you probably grind out maybe 9 or 10 games in about 3 hours probably. Get those done, and then you're on to your hour 10. So you're finishing up. Let's say you don't have any more money for EA Access glitch, or the EA Access glitch doesn't work by chance. Hopefully not, because I'm really hoping it does. But let's say it doesn't. You're on your last hour. What are we finishing off with, Chris?
So I was thinking, now obviously it ties into a little bit of like the SBC solutions, but it looks like obviously you can do silver bidding, silver trading. It's one of the most effective low budget methods, probably the most effective low budget method to use, especially earlier on. Silvers, what's going to happen is there's going to be a lot of low supply on silvers because the packs that people are getting from either the advanced SBCs or the welcome back packs, they're not going to contain that many silver cards. So you're not going to see a mass supply on them. So what's going to happen is you can bid on them and you can trade with them. The first League SBC is going to come out on the 30th. So you can really trade with like defenders from like the Premier League, Serie A, Bundesliga, top 5 leagues. A lot of those cards, you just find filters that look good. Even a filter like English defenders, that could look like a good filter to use. Whatever works for you guys, either by bidding or sniping. That is a very good way. Elite is going to tell you one really good way of trading with silvers as well. So I'll let him explain that.
Yeah, so this is called the 1-2-3 method, and that's what we'll leave you with on this video. The 1-2-3 method is my favorite trading method to start the year. Chris already told you my favorite investment method at the beginning of the year, which is invest in gold cards that are meta and also going to be in the OTW. So Wan-Bissaka is just an example of that. There's going to be obviously 22 other cards that'll work for that, or however many cards they throw into the OTW promo. But this is my favorite trading method. You've got, let's say, 6,000 coins. You've got 60,000 coins. This is going to work brilliantly for both of you guys. All right, it's called the 1, 2, 3 method. Set your min price at 1,000, set your max price at 2,000, set your min buy now at 3,000. This works best for bronzes and silvers at the beginning of the game, but it still works for gold cards. We're gonna go ahead and use gold cards as the example here, just given the fact that FIFA 19 is kind of dead. We'll get more results on gold cards right now. But what we're looking for is anything that has a bid on it. Literally anything that has a bid on it is going to be a card that we want to go for. And again, FIFA 19 is pretty dead, so it's going to be a little bit tougher to find a card that works for us. But here we go. We've got Manu Trigueros with 50 seconds remaining. He's got a bid of 1,000 coins, and it looks like he goes for maybe 2.5 or 1.6k. All right, it looks like he's going for 1.6 thousand coins. Let's go ahead and bid 1.1 thousand coins on him, right? And we move on. All right, we're done with that card. We placed our bid. We don't got to worry about it anymore. Maybe we get outbid, maybe we don't, all right? But we'll come back to that card later. Let's keep scrolling. We're still only at 40 seconds because there's all gold cards here. And honestly, it'll work just fine for gold cards, but the likelihood you get outbid on a gold card is higher than you getting outbid on a silver and bronze. And that's why I'm saying so early in the game, I think it'll work better with silvers and bronzes. They kind of fly under the radar a little bit easier. But as we can see, you're not getting too many different cards with bids on it right here, and it's also not refreshing. There we go. Can we get one more card to bid on just for an example before we end the video? This is basically how it works. You find a card that has a bid on it. Why do we find cards that have bid on it? Why can't we just use Banyap? It doesn't have a bid. It's probably not in demand. The cards that are in demand will have a bid between 1,000 and 2,000 on it, but then the buy now is also over 3k. So a lot of those cards will go for 4,000 coins, 6,000 coins, 2.5 thousand coins, 1.8 thousand coins. I mean, it's still profit. Let's see if we picked up that Manu Trigueros. I mean, I can't imagine we got outbid. We did get outbid this late in FIFA. It's freaking September 1st. People are still outbidding. But you get the point. Pick up that card for 1,200 coins, relist it for 1,600. That's 400 coin profit. And you saw how long it took me to find like that Manu Trigueros. It took me 15 seconds to find it. Couldn't find too many cards because it is the end of the game. So I wish that I could use the FIFA 20 transfer market to use this as an example, and I'm sure I'll bring it up in a Trading to Glory episode, but you get the point. You get how it works. So now you can go ahead and execute that in FIFA 20. Huge thank you to Chris for coming on for this episode, man.
Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you for having me on, man.
Yeah, and we'll do another video on his channel, something more podcasty typed. I know this was a lot longer than I anticipated it being, but this is a very valuable 30 minutes episode because it really tells you exactly what you needed to do in those first 10 hours of early access. Plus, you can use a lot of the methods, the trading methods and investing methods that we suggested in this video in the web app, so even longer than those 10 hours as well. Nonetheless, guys, drop a like on the video, subscribe down below, and turn on those notifications if you want to. I mean, I'm not going to make you turn on the notifications, but it'll help you for at least the next month. Probably want to have those notifications on for our FIFA 20 content. Chris's links are down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.